Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you're hungry, because I'm serving up some humble pie. How many slices would you like? That's enough slices.
Enough slices.
When I was in nursing school, I was sent to the psych ward as one of my clinical rotations, and they had something called music therapy. So it's basically there was a musician in the front playing all different types of music for all of the psych patients. So of course I was one student who volunteered to go participate in the music therapy. I sat next to this girl who definitely wasn't the most approachable girl, but I sat next to her. I'm just enjoying the music as a student. I'm not in scrubs or anything, and I'm hearing the music, and this girl is just completely dead stare staring at me, and she goes, "Move." So I'm like moving around, and she screamed at me and she goes, "Move!" And then I'm like, so then here I am as a student, and my clinical instructor walks by the room, and I'm in the back of this music therapy room like this, and then the musician saw me dancing in the back, so the music he was playing kept getting louder, and then the girl was staring at me even more with a blank stare, and the more she stared and the louder the music got, I'm in the back like this, and my instructor is walking by, and she's looking at me like, God bless, this girl is never going to become a nurse. So to this day, when somebody ever tells you to move, you move.
I don't think that's the kind of move that she was talking about, bestie. I think she was telling you to move out of the way, not move to the music. Not that kind of move. She's probably staring at you because it's like,
oh yeah, she belongs in the psych ward just like me.
The fact that you were in a psych ward just is the cherry on top. Are you sure she didn't mean move out of the way? Probably, but I'm just moving. I thought you wanted me to move. You're playing checkers, I'm playing chess. This girl heard groove instead of move. Are they not the same thing? It's so funny because she was probably telling you to move as like a, them's is fighting words.
That's some fighting words.
But you took that and you just started moving, you know? It's like, yeah, I don't know. It was funny. It was a good thing. Yeah. You said move. I'm just doing what you asked me to do. She can't get mad.
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys the whole story because it's probably worse than you're even imagining. So, when I was a freshman in college, I was dating a guy who was a senior in college. We were both from the same hometown, so we came home together for winter break. And I went over to his parents' house just to go hang out. And I walk in the door, and I'm like, "Hi." No answer. I'm like, "Hello?" And they're like, "Oh, we're upstairs in the bathroom. Come on up." And I'm like, "In the bathroom?" Okay. So go up the stairs, around the corner, turn to go into the bathroom. Immediately taken aback because my grown-ass adult boyfriend, who was 22 actually, not 21.
Don't say
22 years old.
Don't say it.
Sitting in the bathtub.
No.
Butt-ass naked.
No.
Crisscross applesauce. With 3 inches of water. He was sitting crisscross applesauce, and the water wasn't even over his legs. No soap, no bubbles, nothing. Just a little teeny
nothing
washcloth
hiding.
covering his,
Oh, okay, good.
And his mom standing over him like a scrub brush.
No.
Scrubbing him down.
No.
So I'm obviously shocked, and they're like, "Oh, hey, come on in, sit on the toilet, join us,
no,
hang out."
No.
And I'm so shocked. I just walk in and I sit on the toilet and just talk to them for a good 30 minutes.
No, you
At least
didn't.
30 minutes as I watched my boyfriend get scrubbed down by his mom. And she's like, "I like to do this at least once a month just to get him really clean, get the spots that he can't reach."
Oh, absolutely not. No. I beg your finest pardon.
Jail. They should honestly
immediately
be in jail. I should be in jail.
Literally.
For sitting there watching it. In what world? No world is that normal? Can you imagine roles reversed? I don't even want to say it, but girl and her dad. What?
No.
So illegal. And I stayed with him. I didn't immediately walk out, break up with him, and be like, "You guys are so weird." No, just stayed with him for a little while after that.
Come on, bestie. Really? Oh, there's so many things wrong with what I just heard. He might as well have just had a little rubber ducky floating around, Boy moms, y'all really gotta let go. Your son is not your husband, okay? He's not. And even that, though, How many like wives bathe their husbands like their babies? Like that's just so weird. That told me everything I needed to know about him. Was one of the girls his mom? He took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh God, you're gonna break up with me. You're gonna break up with me. I slept with my mom.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to be surprised by that? I'm not. My jaw just came off its hinges and walked out the door. Bye! Going for a little walk skis. Nice little walk skis. So if you stayed with him for 6 months after this, was he still getting monthly baths? Probably. I love how they just act like it's not weird, you know? It's just like,
Oh, this is just like what everybody does, isn't it?
no, bestie, it's not. It is not what everyone does. I think after like the age of like maybe 3, that's when we stop. We don't do that anymore. We don't wash our sons. Okay? This person wrote also, I beg your finest pardon. The finest of pardons was begged. The finest. Who did the humbling in this scenario? You honestly humbled yourself by telling this story.
I gotta stop being so cringe because, oh my God. So, Big Motorho is trying to get back on the dating scene, right? So I matched this guy.
Big Motorho.
Beautiful, hot, tall, sexy, successful, fun. Oh my God, he's so cute. So I'm like, okay, Morgan, don't fumble the bag. Don't f this up. He's good looking. He's nice. Here we go. So he goes like, hey, can we chat off the app? I want to take you out this week. I was like, oh my God, yes, totally cool. Super. So he texts me and he goes like, hey, what are you doing today? And I was like, like, what are you doing today? He goes, oh, well, like the only real big thing I have to do today is I have a client meeting and then I have to go take my car into Mercedes to get it serviced. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I love Mercedes. And he writes back like, oh, are you big into cars too? I lie. I say, oh my God, absolutely.
No,
duh,
no.
Biggest car girl here.
No.
Boom, boom. Knowing I haven't had a oil change since like the beginning of Iwo Jima. Like, what the And so he's like, oh yeah, you big in Mercedes? I said, oh my God, love the foreigns. And he's like, what's your favorite Mercedes? Without thinking, I write back, oh, without a doubt, the Mac 11. He writes back, what? And I was like, Mac 11?
What do you mean? What's a Mac 11?
He writes back,
like iMac?
Mac 11, like the gun?
Wait.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Like,
that's not what I thought.
This can't be. No, Maybach 11. So I Google Mac 11.
Maybach.
It's a gun.
Why didn't you just Google it?
Oh yeah, I'm a
Before.
car girl. Yeah, the Mac 11, vroom vroom, baby, Autobahn all day. That's a gun. You want to know why I said Mac 11? I've recently started to get into rap music, and they talk about Mac 11s. So I thought they were talking about their 9 cars. That's why I said that. Oh my God, I'm so cringe. And he's like, he writes back, he's like, so I'm gonna take it you're not a car girl, LOL. And I wrote back and I said, no, I'm not there, Doug. So, anyways, dinner Thursday, or is that off?
I would say that that's probably off. I mean, you didn't have to do that, bestie. You didn't. I think he would have liked you anyway. This reminds me of a story. I had a friend. She's one of my like oldest friends. And she used to go on dates pretending to be a doctor. Like she'd match with people on dating apps and she would like tell people that she was a doctor. I was like, come on, girl, why did you pick doctor? Because like that is something that's not easy to fake, you know? Like you could say that you're a flight attendant. That'd be somewhat easy to fake, I think. But like, what if he asks like what happens? Like what kind of doctor are you? Like I don't even know the different kinds of doctors. I couldn't tell you. A cardiologist, pediatrician, veterinarian. I don't like, I guess that's a few, but still. How are you supposed to keep that lie up? And the same thing with cars, man. Cars are super intricate. Let's not be pretending we're car people when we're not. Girl, you're supposed to Google before you respond. Literally, like you were at a point. Okay, listen, if we're gonna lie, we gotta like maybe like just rapid fire Google. You could have just looked that up in like 0.3 seconds. 0.3 seconds, you just Mercedes. New model, vintage Mercedes, something like that, okay? And you could have said that. I mean, you wouldn't be able to keep the lie up for very long because you can't exactly Google while you're sitting and having a conversation with somebody. But we Google before we tell the lie, okay? I'm an expert in lying. That's what I do. It's not, but this video is called Today I Learned What Personal Space Is. Oh, did we just figure that out? Was your personal space invaded, or did you invade someone else's?
Apparently, I do not know what mother personal space is, bitch.
Got
But
it.
today I learned what the personal space is because I was humbled. I came to my Hy-Vee to get some chicken for my mom to make us some chicken strips for dinner because, yeah, my mom cooked for me. That's my. But I was in line and I was getting ready to check out, and there's this elder woman in front of me, and she's paying her, and I'm not paying any motherfucking mind to her because, you know, I worry about my own goddamn business, and I throw my on there, and I realize I get a little too close, and I'm like, oh, my bad, and I put the little sticky thing to separate our and I'm like sitting there looking around, chilling. I'm just standing, and this the just looks at me and she goes, and I step back. I'm like, oh, and she turns the card reader to where I can't even see it. I don't give a fuck about your card numbers. I know I'm dressed all raggedy, but I ain't fiending for money that I want to steal your card info. I was standing, I was like, I was like, so I just need it. But I get it though, because I was standing I was standing so close to her, and I was like, man, you see, this is why my man is always saying, like, back up, babe. And I'm like, babe, I'm just standing here. Like, leave me alone. I was humbled.
If there's one thing that I miss about COVID, it's the 2 meter, 6 feet apart thing. I miss that. Anybody else? Oh God, it was great. Stay away from me! Stand back! Honestly, I don't really blame her, bestie. Like, if someone was like behind me in line and they were just
All up in my business.
if I can smell you, you're too close, okay? It also might mean that you need a shower because, like, your smell could be quite bad to the point where, like, I could smell you from, like, at least 6 feet away. But if I can smell you, generally, that's an indication that you're too close. Too close! I would have done that too, honestly, because, like, what do you mean? Like, what are you doing so close to me? Go away! Since COVID, honestly, I have issues with personal space. Anybody else? Is that not funny?
3 hours and 40 minutes. That's how long it took for me to get humbled at the DMV today. Story time. Let's get into it. So I just moved to a new state. It's not entirely new because I've lived here before many years ago, and now I'm moving back. My license expired, so I had to go get a new license. Now, it was 30-something degrees this morning, and I pull up around 7:45 a.m., and I'm like, why does it look like the new J's come out today? I should have known then that I was going to be in for it. There are all these people standing outside as if they were not open when they absolutely were. I parked my car, I walk up, and I realized, oh, they're out here because there's a sign right in front of the door that says, our lobby is full, so you can go ahead and scan this QR code, send us a text to put yourself in line, and then wait in your car. So that's what I did. Me and God knows how many other people. And we're sitting in 30-something degree weather in cars that are not running, just waiting. 2.5 hours go by, and then I get another text that says, number blah, 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 head to the lobby. So I head to the lobby, only to be told there's no room for you to wait in the lobby, and you need to go back to your vehicle and wait some more until you get another text that says, go to station number whatever. So then why exactly are we sending out the other text saying head to the lobby if there's no room in the lobby?
You got a point.
Operational inefficiencies, not my problem. So at this point, another 35 to 40 minutes go by, and I finally get that text that says, go to station number blank. I go in, I go to station number blank, and something told me, even though you are tired and delirious and you feel like you might faint, you better dig deep and be extremely nice. I'm glad that I was, and then also, as I was preparing my documents, I decided I might need a little cultural reinforcement. So let me label everything using my Tawana Simone Post-its.
Okay.
And I think those help me out. So we're going over everything, and it's like, yup, got this, got that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Look into this little thing over here that looks like we're at the ophthalmologist, and go ahead and read those letters. Got the letters, got that. Now tell me what signs 1 through 12 mean. Who, me? Now, the first
Do
two
they think you were
rows,
getting your license?
They had like the actual symbols and the words on them, so those weren't that hard. Child, when I got to that last row and it was nothing but colored shapes, nowhere on this website did it tell me that I was in for a game of Pictionary. It didn't tell me that I needed to study at all or anything like that, okay?
Okay.
So now I'm like, girl, you got to dig deep, okay? You took the GMAT. You got to and through business school. You are a whole executive out here. Don't let these signs humble you like this. Find some confidence. So I'm like, okay, you got, yes. Boom. The first one is stop. Then I pause again. Because the following three were nothing but yellow shapes that I swear I had no idea what they were. And then I'll say out loud, because at this point, I'm like, me and sis got a good relationship. I'm like, I really don't think that I know these last three. Because at this point, it's been like probably 20 seconds that I'm just standing here looking into this thing like, I don't know you, you don't know me. And sis is like, if you get 3 wrong, you fail. I have never failed anything in my life. There's no way that I'm going to fail a not even official driver's license test.
Wait a second. Were you trying to get your learner's permit through all of this, bestie? Wait, I didn't realize, I thought that you were just going to the DMV to get your license renewed. Hang on. We don't know what the yellow means? It's yield or school zone or wait. What's the third one? Construction? Okay, wait, maybe I shouldn't be humbling anybody right now. But yes, you do have to study. Studying is important for a driver's test.
Then I don't know where all of that confidence that I just built up to tell her the first one on that road was stop, I don't know where it went. Because all I could hear in my head was, child, you're dumb, and having an MBA ain't gonna help none. So she's like, listen, you know these. Yes, you do. She's trying to encourage me now. You got this, girl. At this point, I don't want to let her down. And I don't want to let me down either. And also, I've been here now going on 3.5, 4 hours.
No kidding.
I'm just going to start saying stuff. And yes, I just start guessing.
Wait a second. What kind of driver's test has you just guess things aloud? Isn't there multiple choice? Because that's unfair. That's not. I need my answers in front of me, and then I can rule them out. This is strange.
I'm like, yield. She's like, no, girl, that was number 6.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I got that wrong.
Railroad. I know there got to be a railroad up there. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, good. That was, that's up there. So at this point, I need 2 more. And when I tell you I don't have a clue as to what these last 2 colored yellow shapes are telling me or not telling me. And she's like, come on, you know this, think. And I'm like, but I don't. Now we're just standing there in silence. And I'm telepathically trying to say to her, sis, help me, I'm dumb and I'm old, okay? They're already saying that I was born in the 1900s. There's no way that somebody my age is meant to know this off the top of their head.
Okay, hang on a second. Hang on. Don't loop us all in with... Honestly, the sign part, because I just took my driver's learner's permit, I know,
Embarrassing.
a few months ago, and the only part of the test that I was able to get 100% on was the signs. And that is because, bestie, I'm sorry, have we never been in a car before? We see signs a lot of, we're walking around, we see signs. I do have to say, though, I think it's rather odd that you were taking a driver's test and you had to verbalize your answers. That's freaking weird to me, okay? That would throw me off too. Just give me a little desk and a pencil and a multiple choice and I'll get it right. But if someone's if I gotta say it to someone, I feel it kind of reminds me of your parent helping you with your homework and you're kind of looking to them for the answer. And then if you get it wrong, they smack you in the head. Just me? Okay.
Y'all gotta put a symbol on here at least. And it must have worked because at that point, me and her, we start playing Pictionary. And she's like, okay, I'm looking at the signs and I'm trying to focus. And she's like, okay. When you were little, you went to, I said, I know that. Boom, school. School zone. Yes, I went to school zone.
That one.
When I was
that one.
And she was like, all right, you don't need that last one. That was no passing. I said, I swear we don't have no passing where I'm from because I've never seen this before, that shape before in my life. I tell people all the time, I have studied nothing but business since I was 13 years old, and it shows. Because ask me about anything else. I don't know. I don't know how I function as a human, okay? But thank God for sis at the DMV. And for Tawana Simone for allowing me to let other people know that I need them to see me seeing them. We seeing each other.
I don't know if you should get your license, bestie. I think that maybe we gotta like walk around a little and look at signs first. Look, from one girl to one girl who shouldn't have her license to another. It's okay. Sometimes we're just meant to be passenger princesses. Walking is good for you, okay? 10,000 steps a day. Just walk everywhere.
Want to know how I know I read too much spice? I read too much smut.
Oh, okay. That's what it is?
New gyno.
Okay.
And he was an attractive man. That's besides the point. But when he was about to do some things, he literally said, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. And my reaction, my initial response was to say, well, call me a good girl and it won't be uncomfortable.
No, get out of here. Get out of here. This man is just trying to do his job. This poor man, this poor gyno. Okay, but to be fair, I also feel like when you have a male doctor, it's almost like an initial gut reaction to like make a joke out of it. Cause like the last time I kind of had a pap test, I also had a male doctor and also made like a weird joke that he didn't laugh at. And Mike actually had the same doctor. We went to the same like clinic and he also, like a cough and, just cough. And I think he also made a joke with that doctor and the doctor also didn't have any reaction. And we both just talked about it later and realized how traumatized we were. Honestly, I just want people to laugh at my jokes. That's the only thing I care about. It's the only thing I care about. I was so uncomfortable and I made a joke because I was uncomfortable and then his lack of response made me even more uncomfortable. But also I felt not alone because Mike is pretty funny and the fact that he said something funny and the doctor also didn't laugh made me feel a little better. I had a gyno once tell me it's just my hand when I was getting an exam and my response was, well, I would hope so. That's too far. Okay. Still funny, but I think the general rule is let's just not make a joke in this compromising position. I need to know the reaction from the gyno. He did nothing. I bet you anything he did absolutely nothing.
Okay, so part 2 of when my new attractive gynecologist said this might be a little bit uncomfortable, and my initial response was to say, well, call me a good girl and it won't be that uncomfortable. So his eyebrows shot straight up. I literally kissed his hairline. The nurse in the room literally choked or gasped on her own saliva. Like I literally heard phlegm in the back of her throat. And instead of just embracing the silence and sitting and going limp noodle, I decided to say, I'm so sorry I read spicy romance books. Brittany, shut the fuck up.
That's even worse. Don't make it worse.
Why? At that point, literally contraption deep into my cookie, the gynecologist makes eye contact with me.
No,
Nurse
don't look at
that
me.
Point chokes out a laugh. Like, is this really still going? And I could tell that the gynecologist wanted to rectify the situation by saying, oh, so you're a reader. And I said, and a dark romance author, so you know my mind's real dirty. Basically, long story short, you were all invited to my funeral, and also I might be pregnant.
No. I think you have a spicy romance novel addiction, but you also might try to tell jokes when you are embarrassed. And I can relate. To get out of awkward situations, I also tell jokes and end up making the situations even more awkward. Doctor, I'll be gentle. Me at age 21. If you're this gentle with your wife, she'll be bored. Oh, okay, so we all have similar experiences. Got it. Not a single original experience exists.
Nobody tells you how embarrassing and humiliating it is these days to be a baddie. Nobody tells you.
Okay.
I just went to my New York agency because I needed to pick up comp cards. So of course I did a little makeup, got all ready, looking cute, right? And so I'm okay, maybe I should film a couple TikToks. I feel good right now. I feel confident. I feel like I should lip sync to some really hot audios and just be being fun and whatever. So I set my phone up outside the agency, in front of this really big brand that I would love to work for, right? But it's the window has tape over it, so I just assume nobody can see me.
Oh, no.
So I'm literally out there for like 15 minutes filming, like lip syncing, flipping my hair, refilming, like the most embarrassing. Like you would never, ever, ever want somebody to do this, right? Like I am just completely disassociating. My ego is like not even there because I'm like, oh, nobody can see me. Like it's fine. 15 minutes go by and this guy who looks really important and cool walks out and he's like, you need to get out of here. Oh my God, that was gross. You need to get out of here. You're being distracting. We're taking phone calls in here. We've been seeing you the whole time and like it's unprofessional.
Oh, wow.
Literally, I think I want to die. Like, I think this is my last day. I literally want to cry right now. That was so embarrassing and so humbling. Really brought me down to earth real quick.
Okay, yeah, this is why I don't film TikToks in public. Oh no, and the fact that it was somewhere that you like wanted to get a job with is just like, oh God, they're never gonna forget you, girl. But hey, at least you're pretty, like super, super, super pretty. I feel like when you're this pretty, everything is always gonna be okay. I felt humbled just looking at you.
Subscribe.